few months ago, I was stuck, musically and mentally. I just wasn't inspired to do anything. Until I received a message.
We got a free spot left in our jazz club. Do you want it?
Instantly, my mind raced through everything I would need to make it happen. Every step it would take to perform my first concert in one of Germany's most prestigious jazz clubs. I started thinking, what instruments would fit my style, my music? I quickly realized I wanted a cellist, and since it was going to be a jazz club, a saxophonist was a must. I immediately called two friends, whose musicality I highly value, experts on the instruments. Are you in? Are you in? Both said yes. So, what comes next? Since I had to play two 45-minute sets, I had to compose and arrange a lot of music. I had some tunes ready, but they were only composed for solo piano. 2 weeks later, I locked myself in my studio and my kitchen because I didn't want to forget to eat, to arrange, compose, and produce the songs. It started with an empty Ableton project, an empty sheet of paper, and an empty notebook. Slowly, I managed to arrange, compose, and write half of the songs before the first rehearsal. The first 2 rehearsals were nerve-wracking. I was so nervous because I had never led a band in my entire life, especially when it was named after me, playing my own tunes. I was anxious it would just sound messy, and unfortunately that was the case. The arrangements were odd, my sheets weren't detailed enough, the music didn't flow, and we didn't understand my loops because I forgot to insert cues like cello loops, F sharp for 4 bars, or something like that. A lot of improvement was needed, and we only managed to rehearse 2 songs out of 10. 8 songs were missing, and we didn't even have 2 weeks left. So, I sat down, literally 12 hours a day, to adjust everything we discussed in those first 2 rehearsals. I made and gathered all 10 sheets for our songs, rearranged the entire Ableton project, defined the set list, and designed a poster. When the posters arrived, I went outside and visited every cafe, bar, and restaurant I could find, hoping they'd agree to display them. It took me the whole day, lots of walking and bus rides. I was really exhausted afterwards, socially and physically, but I felt good and excited about the people who might show up. Then came the final phase of rehearsals. I wasn't as nervous anymore and just enjoyed spending time with those 2 friends, making music all day long for the next 4 days. We improved, and we managed to rehearse and arrange the last 8 songs. We felt ready to play the concert. Adding up all the hours from all those rehearsals, we ended up rehearsing for a total of 37 hours, which was insane. Then, the day before the concert, in the final hours of our last rehearsal, my Ableton project kept crashing. I bought a brand new MacBook Pro M4, specifically for the concert because my old Intel one wasn't cutting it, and now the new Mac was failing me. Yes, I had an Ableton project with over 300 tracks and thousands of plugins and automations, but it should still run smoothly. After losing my mind for hours, I finally found the problem. It was actually my hard drive that was overloaded. I felt a little embarrassed, but relieved. that we could continue with one last playthrough of the program without any issues. Then everyone left, and I instantly went to bed. Of course, I couldn't sleep well that night, and the nerves just kept building. But eventually, I fell asleep. I started the day by packing everything. Then we drove quite early to the venue for soundcheck. Luckily, everything worked out fine with electronics, and the soundcheck was flawless. Then, the moment we'd all been waiting for arrived. March 11th, 2025. At 8:30 p.m., the lights dimmed. The crowd waited, and we began. All the sleepless nights, the chaos, the breakdowns, it all disappeared. We were in the moment, and the audience felt it. Somehow, in just 14 days from when we had our first rehearsal, we pulled off something incredible, and it was worth every second. So, can you write 100 minutes of music, form a band, and perform in a top jazz club in just a few weeks? The answer is yes. But be prepared to lose your mind.